Throughout history, the sword was more than just a weapon, it was a judge, jury, and executioner. From ancient rituals to the silver screen. Today, we dive into the most brutal and legendary sword duels ever recorded, breaking down the technique, the grit, and the cold, hard steel. The most brutal sword fights ever recorded. Get ready, because history is written in blood. We begin our journey in the frozen north. In the Viking Age, disputes weren't settled in court. They were settled through holmgang, a ritualized duel to the death on a small square mat. The Viking sword was a heavy, broad instrument of destruction. These weren't elegant fencers. These were men swinging iron with the force of an avalanche. Shields would splinter and bones would crack. The brutality of the holmgang was legendary, where only the strongest or the most cunning survived the snow. A single finishing blow often ended the trial. No refinement, just raw power and the cold reality of ancient trial by combat in the harsh wilderness. From the raw power of the north, we move to the precision of the east. Japan, 1612, the most famous duel in samurai history. Miyamoto Musashi arrived late to Ganryu Island, purposefully unsettling his rival, Sasaki Kajiro. But Musashi didn't bring a steel blade. He held a bakken, a wooden practice sword carved from a sparrow. His opponent, Kajiro, drew his famous long nodachi, the drying pole. The air was still. Every breath mattered. Kajiro's eyes were fixed on Musashi's movements, waiting for the slightest opening to deliver a lethal strike. In a blinding flash, Musashi struck. His wooden sword crushed Kajiro's skull. At the same moment, Kajiro's blade sliced through Musashi's headband. Precision over steel. Centuries later, the European Renaissance brought a different kind of lethality. The rapier was the weapon of the gentleman and the assassin. This was a dance of geometry and nerves. 1 inch to far left, and you were dead. It was technical, elegant, and incredibly bloody. A duel could be over in seconds. The rapier didn't chop, it punctured. It was designed to find the heart through the smallest gap in defense. But while history gives us the facts, cinema gives us the spectacle. Fantasy and epic films have redefined what we perceive as brutal combat. From the mud of realistic war dramas to the stylized decapitations of fantasy epics, cinema emphasizes the weight and terror of the blade. Every swing tells a story of survival. In these cinematic legends, the sword becomes an extension of the soul, fighting against impossible odds. Whether it was a Viking clearing or a Japanese beach, the legacy of the duel remains, a testament to human skill and the lethality of steel. Which of these historical duels do you think was the most brutal? The Vikings' raw power or the samurai's precision? Comment below and let us know.